Everybody keeps asking me the same question right now. Is the Nashville market crushing it? Is it booming or is it crashing? And depending on which national network news you're watching or which YouTube video you're watching, the Nashville market is either unaffordable, sitting forever, or homes are selling like hotcakes.
The housing market price wars have begun in 2026, and that's home builders now cutting prices so much that new build houses are cheaper than the rest of the U.S. housing market.
So what is true? Well, actually, all of them. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what's going to happen with the numbers in the Middle Tennessee market. We're going to talk about the housing market city by city, microcosm by microcosm, because if you want to understand it, you have to look at the nuances. Because Nashville is not one market anymore. Actually, it never has been. But today, more than ever, it's not just one market. It's about 15 different markets pretending to be one, and each one has its very own personality and housing stats. And if you're moving here or thinking about moving here and don't understand these nuances, then it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Now, before we start, I want you to notice something as we go through these. You're going to see areas where inventory rises, but the prices also are rising. We're also going to see places where inventory drops, but the prices drop. We'll also find sales falling in some areas, but demand didn't disappear. And what that means is, the old rules don't work anymore. So as we go through these, I want you to think about which one feels like the area that you currently live in. Okay, I'm going to give you information, the statistics for 10 different suburbs or outlying areas of Nashville, plus 3 zip codes in Nashville to really show you specifically how you have to be specific in location to really understand the numbers. The other thing I'm going to do is show you a screenshot, basically, of what did the housing market look like in January of 2025 in each one of these areas, and then what did it look like in this month we've just passed, January of 2026. The 3 major stats we're going to look at is the amount of inventory, homes available for sale in each one of these areas. Did they go up or down? We're also going to look at the number of homes that closed in that month and the median sales price of homes, whether they went up or down as a percentage of the previous year. All right, let's start with one that surprised a lot of people, including me. So let's take a look at Brentwood, just south of Nashville, over the Williamson County, Davidson County line. Inventory in Brentwood went up 30% year over year. The number of closings also increased 10%. Plus, the median sales price increased 17%. So although the inventory went up, the number of closings did go up a little bit, and the median sales price continued to rise. Now, this is a luxury market. Let's take a look a little further south at Franklin. The amount of inventory in Franklin increased 22%. The number of closings decreased 8%, 2025 over 2026, and the median sales price still went up a little bit, 4%. Although there was quite a bit more inventory available for someone to choose, and the closings were down a little bit, the median sales price still continued to rise in that month. Let's take a little further south at Spring Hill, still Williamson County. The amount of inventory decreased 21%. There's a reason for that. They have some issues with water and sewer capacity, and the number of closings decreased 36% as well. Again, the closings, of course, you can't close on a house until you have use and occupancy, and if the new construction had to slow down because of some issues, that makes a lot of sense. The median sales price went down about 2%. Let's take a look over at the west side of Williamson County in Fairview. Fairview had only a 2% decrease in inventory. Again, that's an area where there's a lot of new construction happening, a lot of growth in the Fairview area. The number of closings went up 50%. That's because all those new construction that we're finishing up at the end of the year actually got finished and people were able to close on it. And the median sales price in Fairview increased 13% year over year.
Hey there, are you really thinking about moving to the Nashville, Tennessee area? Then I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have worked hours on putting together the ultimate relocation guide for you. Here, I'm going to save you so much time in doing research. We've got boatloads of information about top employers, best parks and recreation, things to do, sports, best suburbs, best neighborhoods. 54 pages of chock full of information. Best part is, it's 100% free. Yeah, you're right. Hey, find this in the description box below or in that first pinned comment. And I look forward to seeing you very soon.
Let's take a look at the east side of Williamson County in Nolensville, and the amount of inventory increased 47%. There's a lot of new construction happening there. The number of closings decreased 17% though, year over year, and the sales price decreased also from January 2025 to 2026 by 14%. Now, of course, January is typically a much slower month, probably the slowest of the entire year. Nolensville is also an area where there is a lot of growth, particularly in the condominium sector. So it's interesting to see there's a lot more inventory and the median sales price still went down a little bit. I think that new inventory is the competition. And where you have a lot of competition, you typically have flatter sales prices. All right, let's go over to Wilson County, a little bit east of Nashville. Inventory in Mount Juliet was up 10% 2025 over 2026, but the number of closings were down 14%. That one surprised me. Got an awful lot of buyers who are wanting to go to Wilson County for several reasons, but the median sales price also went down about 4% year over year. Now again, it's back to a lot of new construction, more inventory, more competition. That really helps push down the appreciation in some areas. Let's go over to Sumner County and take a look at Hendersonville. Now, Hendersonville showed a 6% increase in inventory, more homes coming on the market than the year prior. The number of closings was up 11% in Hendersonville, and the sales price was actually down 8% year over year. Again, back to a little more inventory, a little bit more closings, put some downward pressure on the pricing, kept things pretty normal. Now let's look over at Lebanon, which again is further east of Mount Juliet in Wilson County. Lebanon is a very more affordable kind of area. The inventory was up only 5%. The number of closings was down, but the median sales price was up 6%. Lebanon is an area where people, if they want older areas, older homes, a little bit more yard, lot size, that's one of those areas that you are more likely to find it. The newer construction, of course, is smaller lots, always. Older homes are going to have the larger lots and less HOAs and less amenities. Let's go a little north of Nashville, about 45 minutes to Gallatin. Gallatin saw a huge increase in inventory of 43%. The number of closings, though, only increased about 2%, and the median sales price are down about 10%. So again, that one's a figure of a lot of new construction, and when you have a lot of new construction, you have a lot of competition. It's where you're getting builders who are making some great deals for buyers to remove some of the inventory off the books. But that huge increase in inventory of 43% has kind of kept the pricing down in general. Now again, each one of these markets has its own market stats. You know, the older homes are going to be priced quite differently, quite different amenities than the newer construction. Again, if you want an area that has no HOA, which I'm finding more and more people want, it's going to have to be an older home. Today's question of the day is, what are you seeing in your area? Are homes selling faster in your area, or are they sitting on the market longer? Are you seeing giant price reductions? I would love to have that information in the comments below. I read every single one, and as so many people are coming to Nashville from many different areas, I like knowing kind of where you're coming from and what's happening in your area. All right, let's look at the Nashville, Tennessee, Davidson County Metro in general, and then I'm going to give you three different little sections, three little zip codes of Nashville itself. So let's take a look. The inventory of Nashville increased 8%. Nashville in general. Again, that inventory is more condominiums than single-family homes. The number of closings increased 5% year over year, and the median sales price was down about 2% year over year. Again, I think that's back to the thing of the newer construction tends to be lesser pricing. Condominium market did get some downward pressure because there's just so much more available, and condos tend to not appreciate as quickly as single family homes. Okay, so let's look at three specific zip codes in the Nashville area so I can show you what a major difference there is in each one of these. Let's look at the 37215 zip code, which is where Nashville's Green Hills area is, and Forest Hills. The amount of inventory was down 3%. 3%. Again, you're not getting much new construction. These are either it's an older home that's been torn down and it's new construction and it's luxury pricing, or it might be a condominium, but really very little inventory. People are not leaving the area. The number of closings was down 27%, which was interesting to me. But again, that's a factor of some of the inventory and where are people moving to. But the pricing went up. Median price of homes in Green Hills went up 4%. So when looking at Green Hills, what I see is the inventory is down. I mean, and it's been very low for the last several years. Again, back to people are just not moving from the area. So the inventory is lower. You're not going to have as much competition if you want to put your home on the market. This is a luxury market. It's a premium market. The median price of homes is well into the millions. So, you know, that luxury market is careful with their money. Okay, so let's look at another zip code that's actually not a luxury zip code, which is 37221. This is Bellevue area. It's one of the 2 zip codes of Bellevue. And this is out west of downtown Nashville. The amount of inventory went up about 12% in that area. Also, again, that's a lot. The only newer construction is pretty much condominiums. The number of closings was down 12% though, which means there's a lot more competition for the homes that are selling, and the median price of homes for January over the year prior was down 3%. So that upward pressure on inventory did mean slower closings. That's also a price point that is more affected by interest rates than certainly say the Bellmead Green Hills area. Let's take a look over at Crieve Hall, 37220. That is just south of town before you get to the Oak Hill and Forest Hills areas. This tends to be older homes, much larger lots. The amount of inventory that came on the market was increased 18%. The number of closings increased 14%, and the median sales price of homes increased 23%. I think I can really explain the exact reasons for this Crieve Hall. Crieve Hall is an area that was very affordable. It's mostly half-acre lots over by the zoo, close into town. But the areas that really started popping before Crieve Hall was Forest Hills and Oak Hill, where there are larger lots. Now, those larger lots have the old ranch homes. The old ranch homes, for the last 7, 8, 10 years, people are taking down those homes and putting $3 and $5 million houses on that. So as you get closer into town, the next area that has the larger lots, no HOAs for the most part, which is what so many people want, they're going in there, buying the Crieve Hall homes on half-acre lots, taking down those 50s homes and building newer construction. What we see in many of these areas is really no turnover at all for a while, and then suddenly you start seeing more and more pop up over the last several years. That's what's happened in Oak Hill, it's happened in Franklin, it's happened in Green Hills, it's happened in Forest Hills, the Westmead, Hillwood area. It's older 50s homes, larger lots. People don't want HOAs, they do want new construction, they do want to be close into town. So the areas that meet those needs, and these are luxury buyers essentially, because you can't tear down a $500,000, $600,000 house and have an inexpensive new construction. So this is luxury buyers. So as all the areas are being taken down, that type of work happening to it, Forest Hills, Oak Hill, the places I mentioned, Crieve Hall is the next place coming back into town a little bit smaller lots, close in location. That's really going up. You have to understand the nuances of every single zip code, and then of course even every single neighborhood. As much as I like making these videos, what I really love is helping families from across the country or simply across the city make the move to their new home here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. My team and I have helped hundreds of families over my career, and I'm looking forward to helping you. So whether you're coming next week, 6 months from now, or a year, it's never too early to begin researching and starting this conversation. Hey, you're gonna find my information scrolled right here across the screen or in the top pinned comment below. Let's have a conversation. I look forward to helping you and your family move to Nashville. So let's review what we've just seen. There are some areas here in Middle Tennessee where the inventory increased almost 50% year over year, January 2026 to January 2025, but the prices still rose. We saw areas where the inventory barely changed at all, but the prices really dropped. We saw some of the fast-growing areas slow down a little bit as their inventory was absorbed, but we also saw some slower growth areas really speeding up. So if you're trying to label the Nashville market as a boom town or crashing market or falling prices or total collapse. You just can't label it. The Nashville market is not just reacting to interest first and interest only. It's reacting to buyer type. Move-up buyers behave differently than relocations. Relocation buyers behave differently than first-time buyers. And new construction areas behave differently than established neighborhoods. So that's why people living in just 20 minutes away from each other can feel like they're living in completely different markets. And they may be. This isn't a vast direction market up or down anymore. It's a positioning market. The question isn't when should I buy or sell? How do I time the market? It's which segment am I in? What is the competition like in this segment? Which town fits me best for my personality and the lifestyle that I want? Once you know that, then the numbers suddenly do make sense. If you're trying to figure out what these numbers mean for you and your timing and your specific needs, that's a completely different conversation than a YouTube video. Reach out. We will map out a strategy for your timing, your lifestyle, your budget, your needs and desires in a new community. Even if you're a year or two away, I have those conversations regularly, every week, and I look forward to talking to you. It's never too early to understand your options, and a whole lot easier than guessing from headlines. Oh, and by the way, in case I've forgotten to mention this, I am Susan Thetford. I'm a native Nashvilleian. I'm a lifelong realtor. I have been a general contractor, a retired license now, but you know, the things that I don't know, I absolutely know how to find out those answers. And whatever questions you've got, let's talk about it. I'll see you next week.